I'm Tricia Nelson, and I've kept bees for about 20 years with my husband, Alan. We have had about 35 colonies for a lot of that time. We're both master beekeepers, members of Somerset Beekeepers, Exmoor Beekeepers, and actually members of the Devon Apicultural Research Group. Jerry asked Darg to update a book that was written in 1975 called A Case of Hives by Len Heath. And I volunteered for the job and followed the format of that book, which means basically I got a lot of other people to write a lot of chapters. So Len Heath was professor and head of Department of Biological Sciences, Plymouth Polytechnic. Ron Brown was president of the Devon Beekeepers Association, former editor of Beekeeping. John Cosburn, a lecturer in charge of beekeeping at Hampshire College of Agriculture. Reg Gove, secretary to the Examination Board for National Diploma in Beekeeping. Len Heath, Paul Metcalfe, county lecturer in beekeeping for Norfolk. Mike Powell, inspector for National Farmers Union, examiner for BBK exams. Harry Riches, consultant physician, chairman BBK. And the last one, Carl Schauler, administrative and technical officer at the International Bee Researchers, was written by all very eminent men. Got 23 different authors in this book, plus others who've written about other things. I would encourage people to read this book. If you look after your bees well, they will thrive in any container. Since Professor Tom Seeley's works, we've all realized that actually it's not just what suits the beekeeper, it's what we can do to help the bees in the way of the hollow we provide them with to build their nest in. Each chapter is written by a different type of beekeeper. So we have a commercial beekeeper, we have natural beekeepers, we've got experimental hives, we have the Darwinian hive. We have the hive designed to cook the varroa. And at the back, actually, we have a chapter written by Derek Mitchell, which is very forward-leaning. And of course, it starts off with a chapter on the history of beehives. If you want to pass your Module 1 exam, it might help you because you will be asked about long hives. And you will be asked about, for example, the Dartington hive. Robin Dartington has written a chapter in this book. Mentioned is Chris Parks. Chris Parks has written about skep beekeeping in there. It is a snapshot of the hives that I could identify in this country at the time of producing the book. But it's remarkable how very little the designs change. What is changing is the level of insulation that's being recommended on hives and the types of entrances. And now we have the Asian hornet, there'll be more changes again. But when you start beekeeping, you really don't have time to think about the hive. And actually, it is one of the most important things to think about, not only because of the cost of it, but because of the consequence for your own health and the bees. And of course, come along to Darg. We meet at Buckfast Abbey once a month.